006 level of heist to steal the wagon that Gandry was being this fire genasi was being held in. They found him pretty much in deplorable condition, and we've talked about it, and we decided that as a group we didn't want to necessarily role play the hours through the night. This has again was the longest day ever. It's around midnight by the time they were able to get to what they felt to be a safe distance away from Verdant Falls, away from the Temple of Purity, and revealed the condition that Gandry was in. We decided we did not want to role play through the night and sort of getting Gandry out of his imprisonment and sort of, I'd say, out of critical care. So what we're going to do is I'm going to narrate the events of the evening, and then once that is complete, we will hop in with our normal role playing and pick up the story the following morning. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hop right on in. We pick up the scene basically. They have just opened this box that is roughly coffin shape and found Gandry, who was on the verge of a total breakdown and just not wanting to be around anymore, be here with us. He, between Luna's and Kel's and the whole group's intervention, he introduced himself with the unsaid but implied words that, yes, he did want to live. Luna pulled all the water from the box, and Celia immediately went to work on the locks and the shackles, her hands frighteningly steady and with a clenched jaw the whole time. As soon as the last lock was free, Luck carefully lifted Gandry's emaciated form out of that horrible place and cradled him to his chest. It was then that Luck realized just how tall and young Gandry actually was. Probably 6'4", 6'5", certainly no more than 17 or 18. And yet this box that he was in was probably less than 6 feet long. As Luck gently laid him down on a blanket Iska had prepared on a patch of soft, thick moss, Gandry's hips sort of remained twisted to one side, and his legs would no longer straighten all of the way. Luna summoned water, and Axel warmed it with the boiling stone. Iska and Luna then went to work cleaning the filth from Gandry, his eyes always open, finding Luna's or Iska's reassuring gaze. Otherwise, Gandry was unwilling or unable to move, except when a horrible, deep, wet cough would rack through his thin frame. Methodically, Luna would clean each wound with shaped water, then Iska would follow, treating the fevered flesh around each one with a salve from the healing gland she had found, finally using the last dose from the gland on his chest to pull the disease out of his lungs. As soon as the girls had begun their work, Luck yanked the box from out of the back of the wagon. A calm, intense, frightening silence permeated the air around him, and with a focus the likes of which the party had never seen on Luck's face, Luck dragged the box off into the woods, and for the next 45 minutes, all that could be heard from that spot was the sound of breaking wood as the box was smashed to splinters by a pickaxe. Meanwhile, Kel cared for the horses and made sure they were ready for a long night of continued travel. Celia and Axel removed the hatches from the back of the wagon and cleaned out the space the box had been stored in, making the wagon appear more like a regular working wagon with an open back and a small grain hopper towards the front. It took over an hour, but a little past 1 a.m, under the full moon, the wagon headed back out onto the road. Gandry wrapped in blankets in the back of the wagon with Luna and Iska watching over him. None of the three slept. Luna always in physical contact with Gandry, and Iska humming soft, simple tunes through the darkness. Kel entered his trance state once they were underway, and around 5 a.m. poured every drop of healing energy he had into Gandry. Lunk attempted to stay awake with the girls, but in the end ended up dozing off to fitful dreams. Axel kept Celia company while Kel went into trance, and when Kel traded out allowing Celia to trance, he then succumbed to sleep as well, finding a spot draped across the grain bin. We now find our party traveling south as the sun rises over the horizon and the new day begins.
Oh. Would you look at the sunrise?
He sort of,